Everyone, welcome back to a new post today. Let's today discuss the most important topics that we need to keep track for November 5th and 6th with regard to the UPSC upcoming preliminary examination of 2025. The very first is about eco-sensitive zone, which is a protected area around a national park, a wildlife sanctuary or a biosphere reserve, and even the forest was in news recently because the eco-sensitive zone was it was defined for a local for a national park in Karnataka, and this zone is declared by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change at the center, and it is administered by the center as well. It prohibits certain commercial activities. Let me tell you, there is no such eco-sensitive zone as defined under the Environmental Protection Act. However, there are provisions in the Act that provides for defining a region as an eco-sensitive zone. Now, the term originated during a wildlife board meeting of 2002, and it went on to be included in the wildlife conservation strategy that was adopted in 2002 and also the National Wildlife Action Plan as well. So the purpose is to maintain the ecosystem around the protected region, to regulate developmental activities in a sustainable manner, and also keeping in mind and as a shock absorber to any kind of activities as well. It is basically a transition zone from a highly protected area to a lesser protection region. So this is about the eco-sensitive zone, and apart from that, it regulates activities like it prohibits activities like commercial mining in the protected area or the ecologically sensitive zone, stone quarrying, crushing units, major hydroelectric power projects, handling of hazardous substances, discharge of untreated effluents, brick kilns, and also setting up of polluting industries as well. So these are the activities that are regulated under this. The next important issue is about the intended nationally determined contribution. It is a plan under the Kyoto Protocol and has to be submitted to the Conference of Parties to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, and it outlines the actions taken by every individual country to cut the greenhouse gases and also other steps to limit climate change. Its origin is found in the Paris Climate Agreement that was adopted in COP21, and the goal of the Paris Agreement is to keep the temperature rise well below 2 degrees above the pre-industrial levels, and also preferably it should increase only by 1.5 degrees centigrade. So to achieve this goal, there is the intended nationally determined contributions that have to be submitted by every country, and the first one was submitted by India in 2015 and it was updated. So the intended nationally determined contributions of India from 2021 to 2030 includes the following. It includes a mass movement for adopting sustainable lifestyle, which is called as LIFE or lifestyle for environment, adopting a climate friendly and a greener path to economic development, reducing the emissions intensity of its GDP by 45% by 2030 from 2005 levels, to achieve 50% cumulative electric power installed from non-fossil fuel based resources by 2030, to increase the additional carbon sink of 2.5 to 3 billion tons of CO2 equivalent to additional forest and tree cover by 2030, and adapt climate change by enhancing investment. The next one is about the visit of Spanish counterpart Pedro Sanchez to India and the inauguration of a C-90-295 military aircraft facility, which is going to be jointly developed by India and Spain at Vadodara. The Tata Advanced System Limited Airbus facility is the first private sector first assembly line for military aircraft in India, and opening this facility, inaugurating it along with Pedro Sanchez, who came to India. Prime Minister said it is a new chapter of cooperation between India and Spain. It is being co-produced by Airbus Spain and Tata Advanced System Limited at Vadodara. And the first made in India C-295 aircraft, which is used a lot for humanitarian operations during disasters, is going to be rolled out in 2026. And apart from that, we also have the G20 summit that was held in BRICS. So yesterday we already discussed about that. Apart from that, we have the India CARICOM meeting that the Prime Minister held when he was in Brazil for the 19th BRICS summit as well. So this is the second CARICOM summit in Georgetown, Guyana. The first CARICOM summit was held in 2019 in New York. What is CARICOM? It is an association of the countries in the Caribbean Sea. and it includes 20 countries along with 5 associate states. So 15 are actual members. They include Antigua, Barbuda, Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, Dominica, Jamaica, Grenada, Guyana, Haiti, Montserrat, St. Kitts, Nevis, St. Vincent and Grenadines, and St. Lucia, Suriname, Trinidad and Tobago, and also 5 associate states of Eel, Bermuda, Cayman Islands, British Virgin Islands, Turks and Caicos Islands as well. So India, the 3 main agendas were social inclusion, fight against hunger, energy transition, sustainable development, and reform for global governance institutions. The Global Alliance for Hunger and Poverty was launched. It's a multilateral treaty that was drafted by Brazil. The draft was adopted at Rio de Janeiro in July 24, 2024 by G20 countries. The document was ratified by 82 countries, and the reason for adopting the treaty is according to a report by the Food and Agriculture Organization in its State of Food Security and Nutrition in the World, which said that more than 730 million people worldwide faced hunger in 2023, and more than 2.3 billion faced moderate or severely food insecure situation. According to the World Food Programme, 582 people will be chronically hungered by 2030, and half of them will be in Africa. So this was the reason why the treaty was actually launched. And this is about the Global Alliance for Hunger and Poverty, which was launched by Brazil in July 2024. So these are some of the issues that I thought I should be sharing with you all for November 5th and 6th. If you did, please do like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to comment at the end of the video. I shall see you tomorrow for 7th and 8th. Until then, it's very happy learning.